If you cry easily, science says you have something most people never develop. And it's not what you think. If your eyes well up during an argument, while watching a sad movie, or just when life feels overwhelming, listen up. Crying easily is not a sign of weakness. Psychologists actually see it as a marker of an emotional skill that the majority of people never fully develop. Today, we're breaking down the science of emotional tears and what they really reveal about your mind. Growing up, a lot of us heard, "Stop crying. Be strong." But here's the truth. Humans are the only species on Earth that sheds emotional tears, not just to clear our eyes, but to express deep feelings. It's literally wired into our biology. So if you cry easily, it is not because you're really fragile, it is because your emotional system is working exactly the way nature designed it to. Here are the 3 big reasons backed by research why some people are much more tear-prone. Deeper emotional processing in people who cry. Brain areas tied to emotion like the amygdala and anterior cingulate cortex light up faster and stronger. You pick up on emotional shifts quicker and feel them more intensely. That's not a flaw. That's raw emotional awareness. Higher empathy studies show that people who cry easily tend to have elevated empathy. You don't just notice someone else's pain, you feel it in your own body. That's why you tear up at movies, when a friend is hurting, or even hearing a stranger's story. Real-life example. You're in a meeting. Someone opens up about a struggle. Everyone else nods politely. Your eyes start watering. You might think, why am I like this? But what's really happening is your brain is building a bridge. You're not just hearing their words, you're living a piece of their reality. That's the foundation of real trust, deep connection, and genuine influence. A more responsive nervous system. Some people have a naturally more active parasympathetic system. Tears become a powerful emotional reset button. They lower cortisol, the stress hormone, release endorphins and oxytocin, and bring your body back to calm. Crying isn't losing control. It's your biology's fastest way to regain control. Here's something most people don't realize. Research links easier crying when it's emotional, not just physical, too. Greater authenticity, stronger, more meaningful relationships, better long-term stress regulation, higher resilience over time. Yes, you might feel flooded in the moment, but because you actually process emotions instead of stuffing them down, you bounce back stronger in the long run. You're not too sensitive. You're emotionally finely tuned. And that's a superpower. People who cry easily are often the ones who feel deeply care, deeply connect, deeply notice the little things. Others misintuitively understand people. These are the exact qualities you see in great leaders, caregivers, artists, visionaries, the people who shift the energy in a room without even trying. Society sometimes confuses sensitivity with weakness. Psychology calls it emotional sophistication. And get this, emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage emotions is one of the single strongest predictors of success in life. Stronger than IQ or raw talent. If you cry easily, you're already way ahead. You detect emotions instantly and understand them on a deep level. The only piece left is learning to channel that sensitivity into smart decisions, clear communication, and effective leadership. The best leaders aren't the ones who never crack. They're the ones who feel everything and still act with wisdom. Your tears aren't holding you back from growth. They're the foundation for it. Quick note, sometimes tears come from physical stuff, to dehydration, exhaustion, hormones, sensory overload, being highly sensitive. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. And if you've ever thought, why can't I just toughen up? Try this reframe. Maybe the world doesn't need more toughness right now. Maybe it desperately needs people who are brave enough to feel everything. So if you cry easily, stop apologizing for it. Your tears aren't a flaw. They're proof your heart is still open, your empathy is alive, and your humanity is fully intact. And honestly, that's becoming rare. If this shifted how you see yourself, drop a like so the algorithm can show it to more people who need to hear it. Comment below if you cry silly-eyed. Love to hear your story. And if you want more psychology-backed content like this, make sure to subscribe. Feeling deeply is a superpower.